I can name 50 trees today, all about trees, by Bonnie Worth, starring Cat in the Hat, read for you by me. There we go. I'm the Cat in the Hat, and I want you to please take a few moments to look at the trees. If you pay close attention, you might get to exclaim, "There are 50 trees I bet I can name." Here's Cat in the Hat. There's an apple tree. And they're climbing on the apple tree. Tree climbing is very fun. Quite dangerous though, so you always want to be careful and make sure that you're taking proper precautions and being safe while you're doing your tree climbing. A tree is a plant with a stem made of wood. Do you know what a stem is? A trunk, very good. Some trees grow to 10 or 20 feet high. Some grow till their tops scrape the clouds in the sky. A cypress in Mexico that we have found has a trunk more than 117 feet round. A tree in Australia, the land that's down under, stands 492 feet tall. Oh my, what a wonder. There we go. You can look at this. You can see or you might be able to hear my dog in the background. He very much enjoys trees. He loves sniffing them, so he's very enthusiastic about this. And my cat also. He's very enthusiastic about trees, even though he's an indoor cat, so he has never been near one in real life before, but he's looked at them a lot out the window, so he must really like trees since he stares at them a lot. The branches grow upward, the roots they grow down. The branches and leaves are what we call the crown. And one of those is that you'll see in a second is the American holly and the sugar maples crowns. Some of these crowns are like cones, like this cute little fella. Some crowns match the shape of my nifty umbrella. Some, like this willow, droop down to the ground. Some, like this apple tree, are nearly round. I'd say this white oak is as wide as it's tall, while this pine doesn't have low branches at all. Go. Let's look at the roots. We will speak of them first. They hold the tree up and they help quench its thirst. They draw water up, and science has found they even draw minerals out of the ground. Nearly 400 feet deep grow the roots of this fig. That's almost as deep as this oil drilling rig. There we go. There is the oil drilling rig. I think it's a very good comparison to show how deep it goes. One of my favorite graphs that I used to really love when I was little. This one has a load of really good graphs. There's another one that's actually on this page. The tree and the branches, the leaves and the shoots, bring water and minerals up from the roots. The leaves then pull off one tremendous feat. Tremendous, not tremendous, tremendous feat. They whip up the food that the tree needs to eat. Siberian elm, then we have the branches, shoots, and leaves. They mix water up with rays from the sun, add carbon dioxide, and when the leaf's done, it gives off the oxygen we need to survive. It's a gift from the trees that keep us alive. Here's a fast grower. This was sure to amaze ya. Over one each day, this tree grows in Malaysia. While way up in Canada, a 4-inch slowpoke is 155 feet. I tell you, no joke. And then that's an Atlantic white cedar, not to be confused with an Alaskan white cedar, which I don't even know if that's the one that I actually pronounced it in a previous reading of this. So I just want to clearly define that it's Atlantic. Some leaves are so simple, one leaf to each stem, while others have leaflets growing on them. And these are like the eastern red bub and the prickly ash, simple leaves. Some leaves grow on stems in these neat little pairs, silver maple and horse chestnut. Some others you'll find grow unpaired upon theirs, like black birch. Leaves grow around a tree's branch in a ring. Some leaves are sharp-toothed, others smooth, that's the thing. And these are a northern capulita, an American beech, a pawpaw, Those are all really funny names. And then the pawpaw has smooth leaves. The American beech has toothed leaves, and North Calippa has hoard leaves. Look at that, you can see. And also, unpaired leaves are the black birch. Like your ears, some have lobes, which means they are shaped a lot like your hands, or a mitten or star. Sweet gum, and filled maple, and sassafras. That one always used to make me laugh. I'd go, sassafras. Sassafras. You can see them all. Bark does for a tree what your skin does for you. Stops the wet of the bugs and germs getting through. There's a redwood. The bark of the redwood, you have to admire, is 2 feet thick and protects it from fire. Someone's excited about redwoods. The bark of this tree is what made it famous. Shagbark hickory is the shaggy tree's name. Shagbark hickory. So here we go. There's a redwood. I actually went to Redwood National Park, and yeah, it was very nice. A very much a place that I recommend going. My dog Cole was very excited about the redwoods. A neat trick a friend of mine just showed to me is to find out the age of a once living tree. A new ring is added with each living year. Let's count up the rings in this stump over here. A year that has rain leaves a ring that is thick. This thin ring means drought, or our poor tree was sick. We've counted and we'll share our answer with you. It's 67. Did you find this was true? There are 67 of these rings. I'm not going to go through and count them right now, though I do remember doing that when I was little. I actually did do that. I wish I had that kind of time nowadays. That sounds very fun. The oldest tree ever, and this one is fine, might be 4,700 years old. A Pristone pine. That's older than the United States. That's a very old tree. That tree is very old. And here it has sapwood, heartwood, bark, and this is the oldest living tree. If you look right here. Very, very nice. Cole is very excited about that tree. He loves trees and all sorts. These are all types of trees, but of course you knew that. One has needle-shaped leaves, or scales that are flat. It's seed-common pine cone, so let's be exact. And say it's a conifer, yes, that's a fact. Needle-leafed trees, and then scale-leafed trees. You can see all that here. If you want to pause it and look at that, there you can see all the different kinds of trees. Another type, broadleaf, you've probably seen in the fall, turning colors and losing its green. Seeds from these trees come in nuts that are hard, or in softer dry fruits, like in Sally's backyard. And here we go. I always thought this was an amazing example that it showed an actual person having one of these trees in the backyard. I don't know if it was this exact one, but I had a similar kind of tree. I don't know if it was, I don't know. I believe. Then there are palms. They grow where it's warm, with leaves like a feather or fan-like in form. The world's largest seed from the cocoa Demeter weighs 50 pounds. Things you better beware. Forget not the lily trees, lovely to see, like this king of the desert, the Joshua tree. There's a national park with a Joshua tree that's very nice. I have not been there, but it'd be a very interesting place to go to. If you ever get burned, then you just have to go get the leaf of the yucca. That's what we call aloe. That's extremely useful for sunburns. Aloe, very, very useful. Yeah, I've used it before. It does very good against sunburns. The tree fern is oldest, and what is more, it doesn't have seeds. Instead, it has spores. The tree fern fares better in much warmer weather. This tree's rather short, with a leaf like a feather. The cat is old, and for what it's worth, there were cacas when dinosaurs once roamed the earth. It looks like a palm, but a palm it is not. How long is its cone? 3 feet long, that's a lot. As you can see, the pets and animals are extremely excited about this tree. They love dinosaurs, even though they don't know anything. They love dinosaurs. They're pets that love dinosaurs. The tree is called the gunku. Oh, I always love this one. We've saved for the last. The first one grew 250 million years in the past. One thing I think that you should know about the ginkgo is its fruit doesn't smell good. In fact, it smells stinko. And there we go. They're holding their noses. I'd be holding my nose too, symbolically, but I'll go and do I'll go and hold my nose. Cole doesn't know how to hold his nose. He's a dog, so he's barking because of how stinky it is. Get yourself a blank book to press leaves that you'll find. Glue them onto pages. Your mother won't mind. I think my mother probably would mind if I glued leaves onto pages of all of our books and this one, so probably not the best idea. Don't do that at home. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Note the tree's bark and the shape of the crown. Note the shape of the leaves, then write it all down. Take a look at this book, or get a tree guide. Match up your leaves to the pictures inside. Write down the trees' names and learn them by heart. This book contains 50, and that's a great start. There's 50 trees in this book. That's why it's called I Can Name 50 Trees. Today you learn 50 trees, and you learn a little bit about just trees and stuff. Knowing trees' name, my dear miss and dear mister, is like knowing the names of your brother or sister. We can't get enough of these wonderful trees, so when you see bare spots, let me just go and show you this, and those two are brother and sister down there in the picture, so you can see that. And these two are adopted brothers. Brother and brother, not brother. Still. Go plant a tree, please. And here's the final one of them planting trees. And that is the end of this production. Today I had myself here reading this book, I Can Name 50 Trees today, and I had my 2 lovely assistants, Hershey and Cole. Thank you and goodbye.